In 1 year, you could be exactly where you are, or you could totally change your life. Make it your mission to complete all 3 of the things that I talk about in this video, and I can confidently say you won't be able to recognize yourself in 1 year because you'll be a whole new person living a whole new life. I've built multiple businesses and sold them. I've built multiple 6-figure investing accounts. I've been a university professor for over 7 years, and I'm blessed enough to have this platform to be able to reach you and others to be able to teach them about finances and reach outside the classroom walls to be able to share this message. I made this channel to make investing simplified and help you become financially free to be able to have the option to do whatever you want, whenever you want, because you aren't a slave to working a 9 to 5 anymore. So these are the 3 rules to get crazy rich. First is to figure out what you actually want. You need to ask and answer these couple questions. So today's mission that you can absolutely get done literally today after this video is to ask and answer these questions. Why do I want to invest? What's my comfort level with investing? What do I want to invest in? How much money do I have to invest? And how much do I need invested in order to get me to my goal? These questions need to be answered as honestly as possible, and some of the answers to these questions might be, I don't know. But at least now you have a starting point. At least now you know what you need to go research or figure out in order to make that answer for yourself. You can use my videos on my channel to answer a lot of these, as I made it very easy for you. I have a playlist for those starting out that I suggest you watch. I'll cue it up at the end of this video and link to it below, but one thing I hope you check out is any of the videos on my 3-fund portfolio. Learn about my strategy there, as it's very simple and anyone can do it themselves. While you're diving deeper into this whole world of investing, a free tool that I use in my classroom and one that I want to show you is this portfolio simulator on Investopedia. You make an account and then they give you a hypothetical $100,000 and you make trades almost like a game to see how much you can grow that $100,000. Something cool is that you can build out a portfolio and watch it in real time to see how it does without you using any real money yet. For example, if you wanted to invest in Tesla, you just type in Tesla and buy a couple shares and now it's in the portfolio. I just started my own for this video, so I don't have any history here yet, but I bought some QQQM and now I want to add some SCHD for dividends. So I just go to trade, then type in SCHD, which show all the facts on the ETF, and then write in how much I'd like to buy, which is 100 shares for now. Then it tells you what the total amount would be, which would be taken away from that original $100,000. Click submit and boom. You can do a bunch of research here on the research tab and find stocks and ETFs, but then also this learn tab is super helpful with easy short videos on topics. You can also learn about and practice trading crypto too, which is a great way to research as if you have skin in the game, but not jump in until you're ready. This one's going to give you actual confidence to get you started in investing and see what it's actually like, so that when you're ready, you can actually start investing and invest with confidence. But before you get to this step, you're going to want to do this other thing first. You basically need to answer some of the questions from before, which were, how much money do I have to invest? And also, how much do I need invested in order to get to my goal? So the next thing you need to do, or mission number 2, is to free up delta. Delta is the difference between your take-home income and what your living expenses or just expenses for the month are each month. If you pick a great ETF versus one that's just kind of good, you might have a difference between a great ETF getting about 12% appreciation, whereas a good ETF's getting around 9%. If you only have $1,000 invested for the year, you're going to earn $120 on the one that goes up 12% and $90 on the one that goes up 9%. That's just a difference of $30, so that's not a life-changing difference. On $1 million invested, the 9% one will give you $90,000, while the 12% one gives you $120,000. The difference there is $30,000, which can definitely make a huge difference in your life. So it's more about having more money invested than actually trying to figure out which ETF is just a little better than the other. To keep it incredibly simple and a truth to live by to get absolutely rich is spend less than you make and invest the rest. Now, the final mission for you to complete is to make sure that you optimize your entire personal finance picture. It's not enough for you to just figure out what to invest in and then invest in that thing and then just call it a day. Now, there's this amazing American football team called the Denver Broncos. And in 2015, they had this little-known quarterback named Peyton Manning, and had broke records on offense for years in a row and went on to win Super Bowl 50 that year. That team was one of the best to ever do it, and their offense was amazing, but it wasn't the offense that actually won them that title. The defense was the unsung hero that put the offense in place to score so many points. That year, they were number 1 in total defense, number 1 in pass defense, number 1 in sacks, number 3 against the run, number 4 in scoring, and number 3 in defensive touchdowns. Man, I miss Von Miller. It's been a while since my Broncos have been good, so excuse me for geeking out there a little bit. But the thing you need to understand here is that you need to not only think about playing offense with your money, but remember that the best offense is a great defense. In investing, you can play defense in a couple important ways, so mission number 3 here is to set your portfolio up with a solid defense. First, you need to build up an emergency fund. If you have $0 saved up right now, your goal is to get to $1,000 in a high-yield savings account or something totally outside of the stock market as soon as possible. Once you get $1,000 saved up, your next goal should be to get at least 1 month of full living expenses in that account. And then optimally, you'll want to get to 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in that account so that you can set yourself up for life. I can't tell you how many of my clients lost a fortune by having to pull their money out of the stock market when an emergency came up and they didn't have money elsewhere to pull from. The next way to play defense is to invest in different asset classes or to diversify. Try not to invest only in stocks or only in real estate or only in crypto. Learn about all your options and pick a couple and then spread your money out to curb your risk. The last way to play defense goes hand in hand with number 1, which is why I started this video with that one. And this is to make sure that you fully understand whatever it is that you're going to invest in. Market downturns happen and it's totally normal, but if you don't really understand what you're invested in, it's gonna scare you too much and your emotions are gonna take over, and then you're gonna sell out of fear that it's just gonna keep dropping more. The S&P 500 dropped a bunch about a week ago and people thought a new recession was happening and everything would drop like crazy. Instead, 5 days later, the S&P 500 is now up 3.6% in 5 days, and overall for the year, it's up over 12.5%. Make it your goal to complete all 3 of these, and if you have already, great job. Send this video to somebody who might be starting out or who just needs a nice challenge in their life. Here's that playlist that I was talking about earlier in the video for you to get started and just watch through these so that your investing portfolio can grow like crazy. Or watch this one to keep you going strong in your investing journey.